Law. Fuck you. I cannot do accents. I'm just gonna make this update thing because I haven't done one in a while. I think it's interesting. Just trying to think what to write. I'm just thinking. There's one more thing I want to talk about. What was it? It come back to me at the worst time, like I'd be half asleep and then suddenly, oh, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I've got it. The first thing is mental health. I have to talk about this because I think it is important to begin with. And I struggle a lot with just issues related to me. That's because of reasons unknown, pretty much. And it's taken over a year to get to something to fucking address it. And you won't believe what happened. I'll start with a story. Around a year ago, probably more actually. Yeah, it's probably July of 2021. Yeah, roughly. I started getting these really weird episodes of depression and suicidal thoughts, and I thought they'll go away, and they did. But they came back the next year, and the year after that, obviously, which is now. And that's pretty much spawned some issues that have complicated my life to such a severe effect that it caused me to move house, pretty much. Which I'm grateful for because I'm finally somewhere I can die happy enough at least. And also be more grateful for things. The thing is that what's fucking video editor doing this? I don't know what's going on with this. But basically moving has made me happier. And that's noticeable. And I think to a certain extent it's improved other aspects like my artwork, my music. I seem to have more motivation to do that, but there is a caveat to that. And the caveat is basically that the other mental health issues were not resolved. So basically what's happened is, for as much as moving has helped, I still have unresolved problems, and that's just detrimental. It's actually dangerous to an extent, and the problem is the people I should be getting help from are not exactly helping enough, and that's creating stress. So I'm suddenly getting these gut feelings that I'm gonna die early, gonna die young, and people are gonna regret they didn't help. So yeah, it's like either way I'm fucked. I can't actually do anything. Then people say it's an attitude problem and it's you have to change your mindset or some shit like that. No, I've changed my mindset. I've helped myself. I've got help through others. I've gone through therapy. Part of helping myself is taking medication. So what? Like, people tell me to do these things and they don't work, so what do you expect? Like, don't get mad at me for it not fucking working. It's not my problem as far as I know. It's just crazy that people will jump at any opportunity to accuse me of something that's obviously not true. I constantly get told that I'm not helping myself. And actually I removed someone for saying that because even though I'm pretty non-judgmental and accepting, I think that person has just offered terrible advice all the time. And it's been so damaging to me for my self-esteem as well. When people tell me, oh, this might work, this will work, and it doesn't work. And the NHS is part partly responsible for that as well. I remember when I went on to Telegram for about a week or two, was it? Command strips got off, nice. I remember the doctor telling me, oh, if you get any side effects, then obviously stop them, but I can assure you, you won't get any. And the key word there is won't. A week later, and obviously seeing side effects with a lower libido. I've also got food poisoning symptoms. Yay. And it was the lowest dose as well, that's the crazy thing. So I was just vomiting for an hour and a half, non-stop. And that's a type of agony I've never experienced before. It's second to COVID, I think. Long COVID, I mean. It was so bad. And you know, Neil Fisher was like, just tied with long COVID, just because of the pain. So yeah. I went to the doctors recently and they referred me to a psychiatry unit or something, and they're going to assess me basically. This is important because it could explain all these problems I'm having and they can treat it, which is reassuring. And the fact they didn't do that to begin with, it just shows a lack of competence in the NHS and how it's failing. I wish I put more petitions on that, because there are petitions about calling out the NHS. They are shit, and I'm quite shocked that they haven't been sued yet, because this is a massive thing that's sort of creating problems, and I know that people are obviously protesting within the NHS by doing shit work basically, because they're low pay, and obviously that affects the, like, I guess the pillars of society, I don't know what you call it, economy. Basically when there's no working class people, or too many, I feel, the middle class won't get anything, and then also the higher class, they won't get anything from that either, so everyone's at a loss because of shitty handling of government, and the fact that Conservatives are still in power here is crazy. The UK is just a fuck mess of, I don't even know. Like, they're so far behind. I heard recently that there's a call to remove voting in general because nobody needs it. Like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, you want to introduce fox hunting, you want to misgender people, you basically want to ignore climate issues, and there's a long list, and also the mishandling of lockdown. That was a big one. That caused so many people to suffer and die, and it's quite tragic, really. Really dawned on me until later how bad it was. Anyway, that's it for mental health. Time for another depressing thing. Dating. I originally said I was Aries, and that's partly true, but for some reason get urges to seek, basically, like, seek relationships, companionship, or even hookups, but hookups don't happen. And people accuse me of being an incel because I think I don't attract women, but calling someone an incel isn't doing anything really. Just being truthful here. Because I'll admit if I am an incel, but I don't see it. Actually, what does it mean even? I've looked at it multiple times. Oh, for fuck's sake, I have to do a capture because I'm on a VPN now. I can do it on the Chrome incognito, but it pisses me off how much people throw that word around and don't even understand it. So it frustrates me that people throw it around and don't get what it means. Even then, it's not always true, and actually the people who use it are probably, like, mentally ill, like me. So you have to be considerate of that. Like, be inclusive instead of exclusive, and just care about people. I can't look out, for fuck's sake. Captures are fucking broken on Google. Yeah. And what I remember is just describe someone who's like misogynistic and thinks they can't attract women or something. And the definition changes because people think they have a definition of it that's right, but it's not. The same with like other terms like paedophile or there was another one. I guess homophobic slurs and stuff, and racism maybe. Racist slurs, I mean. It varies. But I can assure you that calling people names is not the right thing to do. If you want to change someone, at least. If you don't want them to change, then, well, you're the problem. Because, you know, most of us are trying to change and trying to help others change. What are you doing? But with dating, I've pretty much given up anyway. With straight dating, impossible. You need to have good looks and you need to get in basically women's face. They get in their faces even. And that's actually how I got my previous 3 girlfriends. And the last one I got asked out. And that's because I think she was desperate. Because I've never known someone ask me out. That's the first. The other 3, I asked them out. I got in their face pretty much before anyone else could, because I was young and I was desperate, I think. Actually, the third one got out of a breakup, so yeah. So I do obviously attract some women, but in terms of who I am now, I'm different to who I was back then with my third girlfriend. I don't attract anyone, really. Not even on dating apps, not even online, not even in person, it seems. And I can't help but be me because that's what I am mentally. I can't process social situations, I can't talk very well, even at all. It all varies, and these are factors that I think in the future people need to be considerate of, because if there isn't a balance, then there's going to be regress, and that's obviously going to hurt people. The lack of balance is going to kill loads of people, either through suicide or genocide, pretty much. I say genocide instead of homicide because people are going to take it to extremes, basically, to eliminate the people who are causing them these problems. It's just my prediction anyway. I don't know if I hope I'm wrong, I don't really know and don't really care. I just fed up with dating, I just want to be alone. I want to be happy being a gamer and having my flashlights and stuff. The flashlights suck, I prefer Tenga. And maybe an animal to look after. Or a child, like adopt a child, but I'm not sure. And given how people view disability, it's pretty much impossible to get a child, I think. They think I'm the child. What? Do I sound like a child when I discuss very dark and important topics? Jesus, you need to fucking get to know these people instead of assuming what they are, who they are even. Like, I'll just share an anecdote. I met a quiet guy recently and he struggles with a few issues, and I get the feeling that people will treat him like a child, but I know deep down he's a very mature person, and that's quite disheartening really, because the lack of expression is kind of sad, but it should be expected for people who can't exactly express themselves. Yeah. That's it for dating really, I'm still unsure. I've met one nice guy. No, two actually, yeah. There's a third one, but he's not exactly the right one for me. Let's just say he's bored, and I'm not attracted to that. I just fucking hate horniness and all the things around it. It gets in the way of a true connection. And I'm not a romantic by any means, but the fact that people are guided by their penises is like, it's fucking gross. Go for yourself. Know that things are changing, and obviously people should can be allowed to do that. But you have to be respectful of people. Like if it says on my profile I'm not looking for dick pics or hookups, but then you need to respect that. Otherwise you're just being a bigot. You're part of the problem again. I can't imagine how harmful it is for women as well. Like when an overly attractive woman, let's say, gets attention on their profile, there'll be men who jump at the chance to interact with them, but also send dick pics and ask for hookups. And that's probably overdone as fuck, let's be honest. I've never met an unattractive woman, and I have troubles expressing myself, of course. When I see a picture of a woman, I do compliment them, of course. The same with men. I just don't find there's anyone unattractive ever. And that's quite disheartening as well in terms of dating. Because I'm guessing there's a big heart. I don't see it, but I think others can. That sort of leads into the next topic though. If anyone follows the community tab, someone in my family recently passed away, and it's been kind of tough, and it's still hard to believe actually. It was so sudden, it's unexpected, and it shouldn't have happened. But it did happen, and that's just a shock. There's not really any words to describe it. I'm not too sad about it, but the fact is, this is going to weigh heavy on everyone, and it is. And it's a new sort of way to live, in a sense, and it's something that I didn't realise about when family passes away for other people. This is going to be a good insight in how I can prepare for the future. Also how I can help others. In a way, I'm sort of like grateful for the experience, but also very saddened by it. You have to take the positives where you can, and that's, I think, something that the person who passed away would agree with. So yeah. And also the other thing that got me thinking about is my death. Because if I think it's going to be soon, then do something. I need to make people happy and make sure that if I do die, then I leave something behind that's meaningful, and obviously they'll remember me, but I just don't want them to be sad, really. I wouldn't want a funeral, but I'd want something similar, like something done in my memory, possibly. I want some. Actually, one of my ideas is kind of strange, but it might work. But basically, put a safe box somewhere and put on it in case of death. Put money in it and tell them to get a takeaway. Probably vegan as well. And that's just a nice gesture. I also thought about making a USB sort of thing where I can put my wheel on it, basically. Or information about what to do with my stuff. And charities to donate to if they want to obviously do something in memory of me. I think that's quite meaningful. And also like share them. Something like this, like my channel ones. what I've done all my life, my life story. I'll put that in there. I've actually written it down. Um, yeah, just give me a lot to think about. I really want to give the laughs, really, give the positivity. Death is a morbid topic, and I think that's natural, really. That's a scary thing, the fact that it's natural. I want to change that, of course, because it's not good. So another thing I've done, uh, I've taken up alcohol. The funny thing I've sort of gone into, I was originally trying non-alcoholic beer, and it's nice most of the time, but I've had shit ones. I think it's tied between Heineken 00 and Ghost Ship 0.5. Those are my favourites so far. But then I tried real beer. It does notice some effects, I think. Or became more open, I think, and more impulsive, which is good. Because if things I do impulsively can be a positive. Gives me out my shell. I've tried quite a few already. Moretti. Uh, fuck, I forgot the other one. Vocation, Life and Death. Bud Light. And Cobra. So far I haven't tasted a bad one, that's a change, I guess. In terms of alcoholic content, it's not really anything too amazing or life-changing. It works. It does something that makes me tired for some reason. So yeah, it could be an interesting journey. And the final thing is like, I'm working on a cover that's really too good to be true. I wouldn't be surprised if I die making it. Easily one of my best ones, yeah, for obvious reasons. What about showing a spoiler sort of thing or teaser? I mean, it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't spoil the thing, but again, it's too good to be true. And so if I spoil it, then it sort of loses some of the magic. But, yeah, I think that's everything. Just some updates, really, and nothing too special. I think people should know what's happening, I guess. Like, I wish I could make these shorter, but I'm very slow, as you can tell. I've also got these breathing problems, which cause my talking to be weird and silent like that. It's when I'm trying to keep a quiet voice that it does that. Yeah, I think that's it.